Imagine this, a time each year when an ancient veil kind of thins out, when gates are believed to swing open, allowing spirits to walk among us
That's a
again.
really powerful image.
It really is. And it's a unique cultural phenomenon. So today, we're taking a deep dive into Taiwan's Ghost Month. This is a time just steeped in, well, ancient beliefs, loads of vibrant traditions, and this fascinating mix of reverence and maybe a bit of caution. And it still thrives today.
That's absolutely right. For so many people in Taiwan, the seventh month of the lunar calendar really ushers in this distinct atmosphere. We call it Ghost Month. Its roots go way back deep into Taoist and Buddhist customs, and it's still absolutely a profoundly significant cultural thing in modern Taiwan.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is to really, understand what Ghost Month is all about. We want to unravel the rituals, the traditions, get into some of those surprising kind of unwritten rules people follow, and look at how this ancient tradition keeps such a strong presence today, even in like a super modern world.
It's quite something.
Yeah, you're definitely in for a fascinating journey into, well, the unseen. Okay, so let's unpack this straight away. At its core, what exactly is Ghost Month? And when does it usually happen? Like on our regular calendar?
Well, the core belief is that this is the time when the, quote, gates of the underworld open up. And this allows spirits, ghosts, to come back to the human realm for a visit. Calendar-wise, it usually lands in August or maybe early September. It shifts a bit because it follows the lunar calendar, not the Gregorian one we typically use.
Like a lunar calendar, got it.
And what's really key here is understanding who these spirits are. I mean, yes, people believe their own ancestors visit, but a huge focus is on what are respectfully called good brothers.
The Good Brothers. That's interesting. It sounds quite poignant. So
Now-
these aren't just family ghosts then. They're different.
Exactly. The term good brothers, haoxiongdi, it refers to wandering spirits. These are spirits who, well, sadly don't have any living descendants left to care for them, to make offerings for them.
Oh, okay. So they're kind of alone.
Yeah. In a sense, yes. And calling them good brothers isn't just being polite. It actually shows this really deep sense of collective empathy in Taiwanese culture. It's like saying, even these forgotten spirits, the ones without family ties, they still deserve our care, our respect.
That really speaks volumes about community responsibility, doesn't it? Extending even to the spirit world.
It does. It reflects this broader cultural idea. And the belief is, well, they're here in our world during this month, so we need to acknowledge them, appease them, really. Keep them happy to ensure goodwill and, frankly, to prevent any potential misfortune they might cause.
Right, a sort of spiritual diplomacy. That's a powerful idea. The universal compassion. So, okay, spirits are visiting. How do people actually honor them or, appease them? What are the main rituals?
Well, throughout the month, you see people doing various things to show respect and offer comfort. Burning incense is a big one, that fragrant smoke carrying prayers upwards. And burning joss paper.
Just paper.
Yeah, it's this special paper, often looks like money, sometimes like gold ingots or even like paper clothes or houses. You burn it as an offering. The idea is it transforms into real wealth or goods for the spirits in the afterlife.
Wow, okay. So providing for them even after death.
Exactly. And then there are the food offerings. Lots of food and drink carefully laid out. Plus, beyond what individuals do, there are bigger public ceremonies happening all month long.
I can just picture the scale of that, these public events.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a main day, a peak time during Ghost Month when things get really intense?
Oh, absolutely. The 15th day of the 7th lunar month, that's the big one. It's known as the Ghost Festival. On that day, you'll see really large-scale community rituals. Temples are absolutely buzzing with activity. And it's very common to have these huge banquets set out, elaborate performances too, sometimes traditional opera or puppet shows, all staged for the spirits.
It sounds incredibly lively, almost like throwing a huge party for the unseen guests.
It kind of is. A very respectful, very important party.
Okay, and speaking of community and these big events, that brings us to something I've heard about called public offerings.
Yes, they are absolutely central to Ghost Month. These aren't just individual families doing things, they're communal events.
So where do these happen?
You see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Seriously. Outside people's homes, in front of apartment buildings, definitely near temples, and especially outside businesses. The setup is quite striking. Big tables just piled high with an incredible amount of stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
Oh, everything. Fresh fruits, all sorts of drinks, soda, tea, alcohol sometimes, lots of cooked dishes, snacks, cookies, instant noodles, you name it. It's all meticulously arranged, and it's all specifically meant to, well, Feed and appease these visiting spirits, keep them happy, ensure their goodwill, and, keep them from causing any trouble.
It sounds like both reverence and pragmatism mixed together.
That's a perfect way to put it. It is both.
So it's about making the spirits feel welcome, fed, taken care of. What about the people involved? Is there a specific ritual they follow during these pudu events?
Yes, there's a definite ritual often called bye-bye, which just means worship or praying. Typically, residents from the building or employees from the company will gather. They'll light incense sticks. They hold the incense with both hands, bow 3 times towards the offering table, often reciting silent or quiet prayers. Then they place the incense in a large burner filled with sand or ash.
Okay.
And after the prayers, they burn the joss paper we mentioned earlier, usually in big metal drums specifically for this purpose. They're basically sending wealth and supplies to the spirits.
So these actions, they're about respect, but also protection.
Absolutely. It's deeply felt. Showing respect, yes, but also very much about securing blessings, ensuring safety, and hoping for prosperity for the community or the business for the rest of the year.
Now, this is where, for me at least, it gets really interesting. Because it's not just about doing things like offerings. I understand there's this whole list of things you absolutely shouldn't do during Ghost Month. Taboos, right.
You're absolutely right. There's a fascinating collection of traditional superstitions or taboos that many people still pay attention to. The goal is always to avoid offending the spirits or, attracting bad luck.
Okay, give me some examples. What shouldn't you do?
All right, well, a very common one is don't whistle, especially at night.
Whistle, why not?
The belief is that whistling can sound like you're calling out to the wandering ghosts, inviting them over.
Okay, that makes a certain kind of sense. What else?
Another big one, don't go swimming, particularly in oceans, rivers, or lakes.
Really? Swimming?
Yeah. The idea is that spirits, especially those who might have drowned, linger in the water and could potentially pull swimmers down, maybe looking for a substitute soul.
Ooh, creepy. Okay. Then there's, don't hang your laundry outside overnight.
Laundry? How could laundry offend a ghost? Well, the belief is that wandering spirits might see the clothes hanging there and sort of try them on or inhabit them briefly, leaving behind negative energy or bad luck.
Huh. Never would have guessed that one. Any others?
Oh, yeah. Big life changes are generally avoided. So traditionally, people don't move house during Ghost Month. They don't start a new business, avoid major surgeries if possible. Some even postpone weddings.
Why is that?
It's seen as a generally inauspicious time for new beginnings. The thinking is that the disruptive energy of starting something major might attract unwanted attention from the spirits or just clash with the sort of solemn, cautious vibe of the month, inviting bad luck from the get-go.
Wow. That's quite a list. And they're all so specific, each with its own supernatural logic. So the big question is, how much do people actually follow these rules today, especially in, modern Taipei?
That's a great question. And the answer is, it varies. It's definitely not like everyone is rigidly following every single rule anymore. But these taboos still have an influence, absolutely. You'll likely see stricter observance among older generations, maybe more so in rural areas compared to the big cities.
Right.
But even among younger people or those who aren't particularly religious, there's often this lingering sense of caution. Or maybe just a respect for tradition.
Like a better safe than sorry kind of thing?
Exactly. They might not literally believe a ghost will wear their jeans if they leave them on the line overnight.
No.
But maybe their grandmother told them not to, or it just feels a bit weird to tempt fate during this specific month, so they might just bring the laundry in anyway. It's often less about deep-seated fear and more about cultural habit or showing respect for the tradition itself.
That makes sense. It's woven into the cultural fabric.
Yeah.
So how does this ancient, spirit-focused tradition actually fit into a place like modern Taiwan? With all the skyscrapers, the tech industry, the fast pace, does it still feel present?
Oh, absolutely. It retains a surprisingly visible and, powerful presence, even in the most modern urban landscapes. You'll see big corporations, even international ones, holding quite elaborate pudu ceremonies outside their shiny office buildings, blessing the building, hoping for a good year.
So businesses really participate.
Definitely. They'll have those offering tables piled high right there on the pavement. Construction projects, too. It's still quite common for major construction to pause for the entire month.
Really? An entire month off.
Often, yeah. Or at least slow down significantly. Again, it's that better safe than sorry approach, avoiding potential mishaps during what's seen as an unlucky period for digging and building. And as we talked about, those offering tables outside shops and apartment blocks, they are everywhere. It creates this really unique visual layer across the city during that month. Ancient reverence meeting modern commerce.
That's a striking image.
Mhm.
Tradition right alongside the everyday bustle. What about the younger folks, though? Is it just something their parents or grandparents do? Or do they connect with it differently?
Well, for many younger Taiwanese, Ghost Month is definitely a topic of curiosity. And yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of maybe a playful fear. You often see a spike in interest around ghost stories and horror movies during August. People share spooky experiences online, talk about urban legends connected to the month. It kind of taps into that fascination with the supernatural.
So it becomes part of pop culture, too.
In a way, yes. But I think beyond the spooky entertainment side, it still holds a deeper meaning, even if it's not always consciously articulated. Even if they don't follow all the taboos strictly, Ghost Month often serves as this quiet annual reminder, a time for reflection. It reminds people to think about their ancestors, maybe be a little more mindful of their actions, and it connects them to their cultural heritage, their history.
So it's a link to identity.
I think so. It's this subtle thread that connects them to the past, to Taiwanese identity. Even in our super globalized, fast-paced world, it's still there.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground, and some really fascinating terms came up. Maybe we could do a quick vocabulary session just to help everyone listening really nail down these concepts.
Great idea. Sometimes hearing the definitions clearly can really help it all click.
Okay, let's start with the main one. Ghost Month.
Right. Ghost Month is simply the 7th month of the lunar calendar. It's the time when spirits are believed to return and roam the human world. Example, Ghost Month is a time to honor spirits and avoid bad luck.
Perfect. Next, Ghost Festival.
Ghost Festival is the specific peak day within Ghost Month. It falls on the 15th day of that 7th lunar month. It's marked by major ceremonies to honor the spirits. Example, the Ghost Festival is celebrated on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month.
Got it. Then there were the Good Brothers.
Yes, good brothers. This is that respectful term used in Taiwan for the wandering or lonely spirits, those without descendants to care for them. Example, people prepare food offerings for the good brothers during Ghost Month.
Okay, and those public offerings we talked about.
Public offerings, or pudu. These are the communal rituals, usually with big tables of offerings, held to appease those wandering spirits. Example, the neighborhood hosted a public offering to honor the spirits.
Makes sense. How about the worship ritual itself?
The worship ritual, or bye-bye. That refers to the traditional religious act of paying respects, usually involving lighting incense, praying or bowing, and presenting offerings to deities or spirits. Example, my family holds a worship ritual at home every Ghost Month.
And the joss paper they burn.
Joss paper, that's the special paper, often resembling money or valuables, that's burned as an offering, symbolizing sending wealth or resources to ancestors or spirits in the afterlife. Example, families burn joss paper to send wealth to ancestors in the afterlife.
Okay, two related items. Incense and the offering table.
Right. Incense are those fragrant sticks borne during rituals as a sign of respect and to carry prayers to the spirits. Example, lighting incense is a common ritual during Ghost Month. And the offering table is simply the table where all the food, drinks, incense, joss paper, and other items are placed during these rituals to honor the spirits. Example, shops often place offering tables with food, drinks, and incense outside.
Nearly there. What about taboo?
A taboo is a cultural or religious rule about something that should be avoided because it's considered harmful, offensive, or sacred. Example, there are many taboos to follow during Ghost Month, like not swimming.
And finally, superstition. How's that different from taboo?
Good question. A superstition is a broader term for a belief or practice that's often based on fear of the unknown, faith in magic, or the supernatural, rather than reason or science. Taboos are often rooted in superstitions. Example, some people take Ghost Month superstitions very seriously.
Excellent. That's super helpful. Thanks. What a deep dive this has been into Taiwan's Ghost Month. It's so clear now that it's way more than just, a bunch of superstitions.
Definitely.
It feels like a really rich cultural moment, one that beautifully blends ancient folklore, enduring family values, that deep sense of empathy we talked about, and a real community spirit that connects generations.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a testament to how deeply these beliefs are woven into daily life, whether you're strictly following the rules or just sort of acknowledging the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this whole exploration of Ghost Month really reminds us how these ancient traditions Whether people follow them to the letter or adapt them or maybe just give them a nod, they still powerfully shape identity. They fostered this unique connection maybe to the unseen world.
Yeah.
It really proves that even in our ultra-modern world, the past still, whispers pretty loudly in the present. It speaks to the enduring power of belief and maybe that deep human need to connect with something beyond just ourselves.
That's a really profound thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the heart of Taiwan's Ghost Month. We really hope this deep dive sparks your curiosity and maybe encourages you to keep exploring these fascinating intersections of culture, belief, and daily life all around the world. Until next time, keep digging deep.